Content disclaimer: the views, comments, and opinions expressed by guest speakers or authors on this YouTube channel do not necessarily reflect or represent the views and opinions held by this channel's broadcasters and its sponsors. Parental guidance is advised. Copyright disclaimer: under Section 107 of Copyright Act of 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news reporting, teachers, scholarship, education, and research. For fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringed. Yes. Greetings, family. Hey. Today, January the 19th. How you doing out there, family? How you doing? 2025, okay. So today, this whole universal day adds up to a number 11. So this is a very good day to bring what ideals that you have to fruition, or just writing down your ideas and putting them on paper. It's a very good day universally when you add the 1 plus the 19 plus the 2025 adds up to 2024, and 2024 adds up to number 11 when you break it all down. So 11 is that equilibrium, that balance, which is also about bringing integrity to one's life and working on bringing some type of integrity and gentleness, because of the 11 adding up to the number 2. So this is a very good day to have your journal popping, get those ideas popping, do what you got to do, and stay focused on what you want to accomplish. I want to make sure everything is good. Yeah, I got my blue blockers on. Just want to remind everybody, today we have a very special show with Jamel Simmons, the son of the fine artist himself, Danny Simmons, and the nephew of the music mogul, Russell Simmons, will be on today at 11 o'clock at the top of the hour. It is now 10:53, so we do have 7 minutes before he come on. At 2 o'clock, we have Cheyenne Black. She will be on Speaking from the Heart. This is a musician, spoken word artist. She's from the beautiful island of Hispaniola, which we call Haiti and Dominican Republic. So she will be on with us today. And remember, Lloyd Strayhorn got something happening. The Power series of it's coming up starting January 21st. Let's see if I can get him on briefly also. And also he has something coming up February 25th. And Wednesday we have Kendall Cobbs, hypnotherapist, coming in at 7 o'clock on January the 22nd. And don't forget, January the 25th, this beautiful sister is coming to town. Make sure you go to our website to find out more information about that. She'll be at the New Black Wall Street. And on the 26th, we have Professor Smalls and Professor Griff coming in. All right, Professor Griff and Professor Smalls will be here. And February the 2nd, we have Adara Moselle starting off the month February 2nd. Because my birthday is February 1st, so I'm not going to be doing anything but relaxing that day. I might be in Florida putting my feet in them, my toes and my feet in them beach sands. I'm thinking about that. Big up to Billy Carson. I was watching him walk on Fort Lauderdale Beach today. Big up to him. February 5th, we have Wayne Lightworker, certified peer specialist and mental health clinician. And don't forget, February the 8th, 9 Ether God Fest. Oh, yeah, Professor Griff, everybody going to be there. Myself, I'm one of the MCs, and I'm going to be vending also, and it's going to be at the New Black Wall Street. About 1,000 people can hold in there, so it's going to be a beautiful, conscious event. And On the 9th of February, we have Ross Kofi, How to Cultivate to Live. He is not only a farmer, but an extraordinary radio personality, but also teaches people how to cultivate their food in their own backyard, in their house, but on land also. And on February 12th, we have the beautiful Abundance Child and her husband, John Carr, coming in, keeping family business alive. That's going to be powerful. And on the 13th, this is a special broadcast on Thursday because y'all know I usually do interviews and stuff on Wednesdays and Thursdays. I got the tribute to Dr. Delbert Blair coming in with special guest brother Tony, who is holding down the Meta Center and keeping the Meta Center legacy alive from Dr. Blair. Dr. Blair, that's actually Dr. Blair's birthday, February 13th. So we're going to be celebrating. Remember, go to their website, metacenter2.com or Meta Center Chicago. And on the 16th of February, oh, Lord have mercy. Brother Sabir Bey and Dr. Philip Valentine together on my show. It's gonna be quite a lineup. I'm not playing with people. I don't play with people. I like to bring what I gotta bring and share what I have to share. Today, Dr. Valentine is doing his webinar from 1 all the way to 10 o'clock tonight. So you know how he gets down, the countdown to 2030. So he gonna get down and do what he gotta do. And remember, support my moderators in the building, Color Curiosity. Hit her up. She does color therapy, wardrobe therapy through colors, feng shui in your house through colors. Millicent is very good at what she does, and she's growing to be even better. Hit her up at IG at Color Curiosity LLC. And another one of my moderators, Dr. Shakira Moore, hit her up at Linktree/Holistica Healer. She's an iridologist, holistic iridologist, nutritional advisor, and a spiritual teacher. And big up to Adara Moselle. She helps to move negative energy away from you. She does energy healing. She's a tantric teacher, and she also has classes, and she has a book also. So make sure you go and swipe that QR code or go to adaramoselle.com. She does free consultation just to align you up with what you need to do, and she can help you out. If you're into reggae, I will be in Coral Springs Center with my brother Mr. Martin, who hosts this 42nd annual IRAMA, that's the International Reggae and World Beat Music Awards. And if you're into getting your taxes done, go contact my brother DTR. He can help you out with tax preparation, international tax, Canada returns, health planning, cash flow analysis, financial planning. Hit him up and tell him that King Simon sent you. And big up to my sons. Both of my sons are doing some great work. One of my sons here has a pressure wash car detailing dumpster wash business going on in the Atlanta area and surrounding areas. Hit him up at 512-429-9522. My other son has a recording studio in New York City, Green Studio NYC. They've done people like Celine Dion. They've done people like Snoop Dogg. Very good. And he helps with artist development, event productions, of course, podcasting and recording, and also audiobooks. My audiobook is coming out through his studio right now. It's on the editing block, so we're going to have a nice audiobook for New Motivation for Mental Stability. 929-456-3009. Contact my son or go to Green Studio NYC. Him and Jason are holding it down, or him and brother Jeff is holding it down. And if you want to book a session with me, text me your full name, the date of birth to 347-496-1022, and an email. I need your email so I can send the details. And I got 13 or 9 slots left in this month of January before we get into February. And remember, all my books are available on Amazon through my name, King Simon, or you can go to my Linktree/King Simon, the New Motivator. This book is almost finished, getting the editing done, everything is all. This one is called The New Motivational Angles and Angel Numbers by King Simon. And of course, my children's book is coming out. This book is called Strive to Live a Positive Life, based off of my first reggae song that I put out through King Jammy's record label back in the day in 1990. And my autobiography is going to be hitting the street in 2026, When the Late Bell Rang. All right, When the Late Bell Rang. So, oh man, we got a lot coming up. It is now the top of the hour, 11 o'clock, and this brother that I'm about to bring on for y'all right now is a good friend of mine, family, good with the family, good with father, mother, and everybody else. And he's done such a wonderful job. He comes from a very auspicious and great background. Not only is he the son of the fine artist himself, Danny Simmons, but also he is the son of a Reiki master. His mother is a Reiki master. Big up to his mom all the time. And the nephew of Russell Simmons, the music mogul himself. Got to shout that out because that's a great legacy to have on both sides. And he's also part of a group. He was one of the artists from the group, the Flatliners, but he's an author, he's an artist, he's an entrepreneur. Make sure you support him by PayPal, Cash App, but of course the book is pinned to the top of the link. The book is pinned. His new book called, of course, new book is called The Civil Lizard, a reptilian ruling class and coloring book. Without further ado, I want to welcome on the stage of King Simon Present for the first time, the one, the only, Jamel.
Brother Simon, what's going on, bro?
What's up, beloved? How you doing,
Good to see you as
sir?
always. Good to be on the show.
Finally, brother.
What's going on with you, man?
We've been talking about it for a couple of years.
Yeah, well, good for many years.
I know,
Right.
We've been talking about getting you on my show for a while, man. And of course, I'm proud of the book. I'm proud of the coloring book, man. I'm a colorer myself. I'm waiting for some specific coloring pencils and pens to come in. And I had to order that through Temu.
Oh, okay, yeah. Temu's a good spot to get a lot of stuff, man.
Yeah, man.
They got a lot of unusual stuff on Temu.
Yes, sir. So, and family, I want to remind everybody you can get the link. It's pinned to the top of the chat, but you can get the lizard set, the civil lizard, a reptilian ruler class coloring book, and the link to the book is in the chat and pinned to the top of the chat. And if you don't have it, I will pin it again so y'all can get it in the chat again. Y'all can go ahead and get that book. Good for adults, but it's also good for your children to understand the secrets behind what's going on from their perspective. And I love that you're coming with something that's very interestingly new. Of course, I've heard it from the Reptilian class, from Delbert Blair, David Icke, Dr. York, Imam Isa.
That's where I learned it from, Dr. York.
Yeah, I know. You know, we was all in that community back in the day. So enough respect. My brother, the journey you've been on, man. And I'm proud that you even made it because, you know, some people say back in our hip hop or dance hall world, we might not have made it to the age that we are. Just because
definitely in my younger years, I didn't expect to be celebrating my 50th birthday a couple of days ago.
Man, happy birthday.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
50, I forgot you reached 50. That's right.
50 is milestone, baby. Halfway mark.
Man. I reached that like 7 years ago, but I'm about to be 58 in a couple of days. So it is what it is.
You young man.
We taking care of ourselves, brother. You know how we do.
Much as you be running around here, putting this energy into this world.
Man, we got to keep on doing, man. First and foremost, man, thank you very much for coming on and being a part of the journey.
My pleasure.
I heard from your sister the other day. So big up to her and all your sisters and brothers.
Kibi. Shout out to my sister Makiba, my sister Rashida, my brother Khalif.
Yeah, big up to them, man, all the time. Great people, great energy. And so, brother, this book here, Civil Lizard, what made you come up with this comic book concept, my brother? Please talk to the audience.
Well, it all started really, I wanted to get into writing my autobiography and detail my journey in the hip hop and the music industry, being the nephew of Russell Simmons and the Reverend Run, being a artist on Def Jam Recordings, the group The Flatliners. So I wanted to detail that, and I started getting into how to put out a book. And that led me down the journey of self-publishing. And then I realized once I started gathering the information for the autobiography, that I realized it was going to take some time. You know what I'm saying? So I still wanted to go through the process of self-publishing without having to wait that time. So when the time did come that I had the book ready, then I would already have done some legwork into how to self-publish the book. So then that led me into understanding that they have different levels of books that you can self-publish on Amazon, which is low content, mid content, and high content books. So low content would be, you know, journals, diaries, something with repetitive pages. And then mid content would be coloring books, activity books, and then high content would be fiction and nonfiction books.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to get into, I've always been fascinated since I was a child with reptilians, because that was introduced to me when I was a member of the Ansar Allah community in Brooklyn, very long, 50 years ago.
Bushwick Ave. I was there from the 80s, so I know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm saying? So, I was there probably from the time I was born until maybe 2 or 3 years old. Wow. So a lot of that was ingrained on me. So I grew up fascinated with reptilians. And then once I got older, I realized, studying the Bible, there are reptilian characters, reptiles that talk to humans, such as Lucifer was. So that just kind of led me down the path of putting this particular coloring book out first. So, it's just something fun for me, interesting, and kept me engaged in the process. And that was pretty much it. You know what I'm saying?
And thank you very much for that, because a lot of people don't realize that coming up under places or organizations that said study knowledge from the cradle to the grave don't know that it's not just above ground knowledge, but underground knowledge.
Right.
To delve into. And to be critical thinkers, although some people may call it spooky and it's different, but if the physical world doesn't mold or connect with the underground or the secret world, then you won't have a fullness or a holistic perspective.
Right. Well, you got to get all pieces of the puzzle to understand what the picture is.
Exactly.
But one thing I found very curious is that when I was introduced to these concepts many years ago, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't like the Illuminati and reptilians and, the Boule and, these things wasn't part of the broad lexicon of Black people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, but now, or even the broad lexicon in general, you know what I'm saying? But now if you look at it, you go to, if you look at like, let's say the History Channel, if you go on the History Channel, they openly have shows about the Illuminati and reptilians on it.
Yes.
And it's interesting because it's not on the Sci-Fi Channel, it's on the History Channel. And as you're watching it, it's a little H in the corner that says history. So it's reminding you that this is not science fiction that we're showing you. We're showing you history.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just interesting that all of these different things that we was taught back in the late 70s and the early 80s is now out here broad in the market for consumption by everybody. But because all truth shall be revealed, and we're in that day and age.
And we are in that day and age of what they might misnomer the Aquarian age, and a lot of people used to be afraid of the occult, and occult only means mystery. People forget these words have meaning.
But look at the root word of culture is the word cult. You know what I'm saying? So
culture, right. So growing up, basically the same as you, because getting this knowledge, I got it. You got it at 2. I got it from 14. You know what I'm saying? But also getting it through my family with the Rasta community in Jamaica and Cuba and here in America, and knowing and understanding that these are the Americas that understood these different information. And when I was reading through your book, I'm glad that you gave honor to even David Icke, who really started popularizing it even more on an international level.
Right. He definitely took it to a next level, David Icke.
Yeah.
And he tied it more into the elite, what I'm saying, and the Illuminati, and also the British monarchy, and he tied all of those things together and put it out for, very bravely, I might add, put it out for everybody to witness,
Right. And when I was looking at some of your videos on your YouTube channel, especially the symbolism y'all put out there. As a matter of fact, if y'all want to go to his YouTube channels right here, it's all connected. YouTube channel, check out Jamel. The symbolism.
I did those videos myself actually too. You know what I'm saying? I put everything directly and put them all together myself.
I did not know that, but but the symbolism and the artwork and the imagination that allowed people to open up. What happens when I watched like 3 videos before I interviewed you today.
It's only about 3 or 4 of them up there.
And I was like, whoa. I said, he was talking the language in symbolism.
Right.
Because most of this stuff is about the symbolism, because if they're a hidden class behind the scenes, remember the movie They Live.
Right, exactly. This is how they communicate.
Exactly.
This is how they communicate. And you got to be, if not, you speak the language, you got to at least understand when the language is being spoken.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I don't understand Chinese, but I understand I can see that man is speaking Chinese.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So it's a language that we all have to, and this is basically it's what I've been talking about in all my music all of these years. You know, my first album put out in '94 on Def Jam Records was called USA. And USA, it was called Under Satan's Authority. You know, and the industry tried to make it like, you know, we were under Satan's authority, but no, we're saying that the USA is under Satan's authority. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, I believe that, you know, that in my view, has been proven over and over again.
You know, in the back of your book, when you're thanking people, I want to read something to the audience. It's very important. Y'all hear what I'm saying here. He says, the world of reptilians overlords may be filled with intrigue and speculation, but it serves as a reminder to always question the narratives around us and explore the hidden truths of our society. Go a little bit deeper on why did you make that thank? Because that's part of your thank you, you know, like closing the book. Go ahead.
Well, essentially, like I said, I started the book basically because it was something that was intriguing and interesting to me, and it kept me involved and motivated in the process of learning, the tedious process of learning self-publishing. You know what I'm saying? So it was something I was deeply interested in, but it's also something that's tied into everything that's going on in the world today, the hip hop world, what's going on overseas with the wars and struggles. All of these things are tied in together. And this is one of the issues that we're going to be going to, you know what I'm saying? Before, when we was talking about the Illuminati and reptilians, nobody was talking about that. Now everyone's talking about that because these things are being revealed, you know what I'm saying? So now we're moving into a time where people are beginning to talk about these things and harbor these thoughts in their heads about these things. And, you know, more truth shall be revealed, because all truth has to be revealed at some point eventually, you know. So this is the way that it's happening. So and now people have to choose who they want to be down with. The reptilian ruling class or the liberation front, you know.
And you also made reference to the psychic abilities that they have in the book. You know, that's why it's an adult coloring book. But if a child, if let's say a teenager child gets to read through this, they'll start opening their mind. So, what made you want to delve into the reptile? I know reptiles, when you study reptiles, especially in the Nature Channel, they'll tell you they have certain mystical ways to be able to turn into and become a chameleon and recognize when danger. So they do have some type of instinct or some intuition.
Well, there's many different theories about, you know, how, you know, conspiracy theories or theories about how they, you know, shapeshift. So one of the theories is that they have telepathic abilities and are able to manipulate our minds to see them in a certain way. You know, and again, all of these different themes, you know what I'm saying, they show you these themes in television or tell live vision, tell lies to your vision, which basically takes the truth and mixes it with lies to make it confusing to you. So they have to tell the truth. They have to tell you the truth. That's part of the agreement. So they tell you the truth in these movies, but they mix it with lies. You know what I'm saying? The truth always comes with a bodyguard of lies. So, and they have so many different movies on reptilians, it's ridiculous. Matter of fact, Godzilla is about reptilians. You know, it's dragon. All the movies about dragon. Right. He's their god, Godzilla. Like, you know what I'm saying?
But you know what's so important about recognizing those type of little nuances is because when I used to watch and study reptiles in Jamaica, you know, they also have these little lizards, and you know, they move so swift and they move so fast. And if 1 minute you see it, the next minute it disappears. And
they're very, very intuitive.
That basically this is what you're telling them too. Also, of the class of people that might be living on that other side, doing what there is and connecting to presidents and royal people of the world and scientists.
I mean, you could go online. You could go online and look up reptilian shapeshifters, and you'll see, you know, a lot of questionable things that make you have to question what's going on and look around in reality different. Really, that's basically the gist of all of this, is to expand your horizons. You know what I'm saying? Look further than you've looked before. Consider things you haven't considered, and use your sound right reasoning and try to put it all together. Because a lot of things are just being hid from us, you know. And also they hide these things. Where do they hide them? They hide them right in front of your face.
Now, in one of your books, you said about controlling humanity. Let me just read what you said. You said, according to conspiracy theorists, Reptilians manipulate world events to maintain their power,
Right.
often using fear and chaos to keep humanity ignorant, subdued, and enslaved. Aren't they doing a great job?
Right. You know what I'm saying? They're doing a hell of a job. They're doing a hell of a job.
That's the question
Look all
you asked.
around the world.
Yeah,
Because
but
that's another thing too. Like, you know what I'm saying? How can, you know what I'm saying? I've always wanted, like me particularly as a
yeah,
human being, you know what I'm saying? With lineage to the original people, I don't have it within me to kill women and children.
that's right. That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Or harm women and children. I just don't have it within me. I know a lot of black people or a lot of the original people who have that genetics in them. They don't have it within them to do that. Human beings don't have it with them to do that. You know, it must be something other than a human being that is able to do that. I don't have too much compunction about having to kill a chicken. You know what I'm saying? So because the chicken is not a human, I can't empathize with it. You know what I'm saying? So it must be something killing us off that cannot empathize with us.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
But when you say about controlling humanity, how can, let's say hypothetically that that somebody is trying to control you that's from the ruling class of the reptilians, how would one be able to avoid the control?
the only way to avoid the control is through realization of the situation.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Then once you can realize what type of situation you're in, then you can begin to understand how to be free of it. If you don't understand the situation that you're in, and you can't have an understanding of your open enemy, then how can you get yourself? If you see, we've been conditioned to not even know that we're in slavery anymore.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We've been conditioned to think that this slavery they've called it freedom. And we've bought into that. You know what I'm saying? And I really honestly, the God believer starts with, you know what I'm saying, a rejection of gods other than self. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Once we reject gods other than self, and we can image God as us, then we can unlock the power to be free. But until that happens, you know, before they used to do it with books and like the Bible, with texts and books and verbal lies. You know, so now they do it with superheroes on TV, television, superheroes or villains. You know, those are the gods of today.
Right.
The internet is the god of today.
Right. Yeah, it has become the god, one of the gods of today. But you stated something about underground bases, and I want to touch on what you said. It says conspiracy theorists claim that reptilians inhabit huge underground bases and technology advanced subterranean cities deep within the earth, hidden from the public blind eye. Now we know.
Right.
In the disaster preparedness community that I came out, I know they invented things called the COG Center, Continuity of Government Center, where they deep down they go and build these.
Where they have these giant drills that melt the rock.
All the time.
It's not like they breaking the rock; they're melting the rock, and these giant drills, is the size of buildings.
Yeah, that movie Core back in the day with Daniel and Lindo was a very important movie to go and study. I still have it on DVD.
And you could imagine how that's long. That's like the 90s or something like that, bro. Right. Imagine the tech. First of all, the technology that they show you, is 100 years old, bro.
Always,
you know what I'm saying? They got the technology is beyond all of these drone sightings that you've been seeing are them fronting like they are aliens. They're fronting like the aliens right now at this particular point. Like, you know what I'm saying? The true aliens, which is our ancestors, have not arrived yet.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So right now they fronting like it's alien. Nothing, because we sick and tired of war and their justifications for the war machine and paying money for the war machine when we know when we pay money for the war machine, y'all just go drop bombs on innocent people. You know what I'm saying? So now nobody wants to give any more money to the war machine. So how do we create a worldwide drive to get people to want to give money to the war machine, where you create this new enemy?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? With these secret government programs that these black operation government programs that they got, where they got this advanced technology that they're out here fronting like it's the aliens. Like, you know what I'm saying? Which is why they don't seem overly concerned about it.
Right. But you said, it takes me back to the teaching, because I was in the Nation of Islam. It takes me back to the teachings of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, when he talked about the mother planes and the baby planes, and those being our people going out there to do what they had to do. And they may come back to protect us at one point, just in case that this world decides to try to destroy itself or implode itself, because that's what this society does. But maybe that's what the reptilians want to do, or the people that's connected to that class, destroy it.
From my understanding and from the study, and and again, this is all subjective. This is all conjecture. We all, we all thinking about this, but a lot of things line up. But from what I understand, reptilians is a problem all over the universe.
All over the universe, right?
You know what I'm saying? It's not just the Earth is just one place that they've managed to come here, make offspring, install those offspring into the ruling class, create genetic lines that their spiritual beings are able to inhabit those particular genetics. Because it's my belief that based on what your genetics are, is what type of spiritual entity inhabits those genetics. That's why bloodline is so important.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So the original people of the earth, and that's why we're the soul people, because the original people of the earth have the genetics to accept the spirit of these beings, you know what I'm saying, of the original beings that created us. It's like a computer, like, a computer, the hardware of the computer has to be a certain way in order to accept the software.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If it ain't compatible, it don't work.
It don't work, exactly. Family, if you're just tuning in, we are speaking to my dear brother, my young soldier here, man. He's our guest, author, artist, of course, artist from the former Def Jam group called the Flatliners, and entrepreneur. And also make sure you support him via PayPal at the email you see there, and his Cash App, $ Judge Simmons. And remember, his book is also available now. His coloring book is very good, very informative. It definitely will make you think and let you open your mind and stretch your mind forward to think. That's what Delbert Blair always wanted us to do. One thing about Delbert Blair's information, he would stretch our mind like a rubber band. And I mean, till damn near to the point that it might pop. But the mind is being stretched to think beyond where you're at. And I think that's where you're coming from.
Those brothers are great blessings, man, to be here to provide examples of what Black intellectuals are.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Also in your book, family, in your book, my brother, symbolism in pop culture. Now, while you was in the culture, especially in hip hop, did you see a lot of the symbolism that could resemble the reptilian symbolism?
Well, say again, the reptilian symbolism is the Illuminati symbolism.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? It's all basically, you know what I'm saying, ritualistic. They're ritualistic race, like, you know what I'm saying. So this is all ritualistic, and the symbolism is to communicate. And they're a hierarchical system as well. You know what I'm saying? Right. So yes, it's all in the music, it's all in the videos, and the ones that are best able to imprint it into their music are the ones that attain the most success. And the ones that are not are, we see what happens to them.
I mean, we've watched Star Wars back in the day. We've watched a lot of these movies that they call it science and fiction.
Right.
But we do have to pay attention to the science. I do bear witness, because the science is. I mean, back in the day, I don't know if you ever used to watch it. Dick Tracy, back in the day, used to have a telephone watch, with his TV on it, with being announced. But that was in the 30s.
Bro, the shit that you see on Star Wars, on Star Trek with the computer screens that's three-dimensional.
Exactly.
Niggas got that today. When you was over the crib, we was on the Oculus. The Meta Quest joint. You know what I'm saying? We got that today. Now they're taking that and putting it in simple glasses like the ones you're wearing on your face right now.
Yes.
And then very soon it's going to be in contact lenses.
Right.
And then very soon it's going to be, you know what I'm saying, an injection you get of nanotechnology that makes your eyes be able to see these things.
Right.
That the computer is generating, because we already could see it through the Quest.
Right, like the robotics that we remember, $6 million man. They used to have it back in the day.
They got all of that today.
The
truth of the matter is they had it then.
Right, exactly. Before they revealed it. Right.
And this is all a plan anyway, because certain people, that's part of it, is given information to put in the books, like the dude who did They Live. You know what I'm saying? He given information, like Jordan Peele was given information, bro. You know what I'm saying? From Get Out, you know what I'm saying? That information that he was given on Get Out, and even to the next joint, you know what I'm saying? The clone joint. I put out a video called Gucci's Different about cloning. maybe a year before. I think the movie's called Us or Them. It's called Us. You know what I'm saying? And it's about clones. You know what I'm saying? And how the government did a mass cloning program, underground mass cloning program. Right. You know what I'm saying? I did a joint a year before that about cloning. You know what I'm saying? So he's given that information and allowed to put this information out. You know what I'm saying? Because again, they got to give you snippets of the truth.
They do have to give you the snippet of the truth. And there's a portion of your book that talks about the pyramids and temples. So he said some theorists suggest that ancient structures like the pyramids in Egypt and the Mayan temples were built with the assistance of reptilian engineers due to their advanced knowledge and technology. Now, some people would debate that.
I don't believe that. You know what I'm saying?
That's just fully ours.
Some people believe that.
Right. Some people go, it's fully ours. We couldn't make. They make it think like we could not be advanced people. You know. But
then another thing too is here's something I've been kind of struggling with a little something. The depiction of reptilians that we've been given. You know what I'm saying? Like for instance, the Nagas. You know what I'm saying, or the black people, you know what I'm saying, who were called, was depicted and related to the snake because of the ability of reincarnation. So you know, and then the reptilians also called the Anunnaki, like you know what I'm saying as well, like you know what I'm saying. And a lot of cultures they call it Anunnaki. So it's like, you know, are we the reptilians, or you know what I'm saying? And white people is depicting us as disagreeable. So it's a whole nother issue, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, ultimately, as they depict reptilians, you know what I'm saying, as disagreeable entities.
Right. And, you know, and family, again, please take the time out to make sure you order my brother's book, man. And, of course, the link is being shared in the chat from Amazon through with one of my moderators. They're sharing a lot of chat. Big up to Cover Curiosity, doing what she has to do and helping out. And, of course, I shared it in the chat. Very good, informative book to make you think outside of the norm. And we're going to take a quick commercial break, and we're going to come back and we're going to talk a little bit about the music business and all that, and why, if he's back in there, if he's doing anything. We'll be right back after this, family. Please do not touch that down. We have our great brother Jamel Simmons in the building. Got to take this hard break and remind everybody of what's happening and what's coming up. So don't touch that down. We'll be right back after this.
Get ready. The 42nd International Reggae and World Music Awards Show is coming to the Coral Springs Center for the Arts, Fort Lauderdale on Sunday, March 20, 2025. Celebrate the biggest names in reggae and world music as we bring nations together through music and culture. Early bird tickets are on sale now. Don't miss out. Grab yours today at thecentercs.com or irama.com and book your stay for an unforgettable weekend. Hurry, prices go up after Thanksgiving. Follow us on social media and visit our website, www.irawma.com, for more details. The 42nd Irama Show, where the world comes to celebrate music.
This is King Simon. Remember, make sure you go to my website, kingsimonproductions.wordpress.com. That's kingsimonproductions.wordpress.com, or Linktree at King Simon the Numeral Beta. Get all 4 of my books, and of course, that's the Numeral Beta for Mental Stability. Numbers are simple, people are complicated. Numbers are simple, children's health is important, and no promotion is bad promotion. Just spell my name right. Make sure you get them now on all my links. That's kingsimonproductions.wordpress.com. Go now.
That's right, family. We are back. And I'm about to put my brother up in front in a few seconds. Just remember, at 2 o'clock, I have this beautiful lady named Cheyenne Black from out of Haiti, the land of Hispaniola. Cheyenne Black is speaking from the heart. She's a musician. She's a spoken word artist, and she is a powerful sister that I'm bringing in for the first time on my channel. And remember, on Wednesday, we got the hypnotherapist herself coming in live and direct. The hypnotherapist coming in live and direct. We're back with our brother, the one, the only. There he is, my man, Jamel Simmons. What's up, Jamel?
What's going on, King? What's going on, King?
You back? You're funny. We back in it. We back in it. You know, one last thing. You talk about global conspiracy in the book. Reptilian narrative often expands into a broader global conspiracy theory, suggesting that many governments are complicit in hiding the truth about these beings who walk amongst us. Have you personally ever seen someone that looked like they was a shapeshifter?
I've seen people. Listen, I've seen people that when they look at you, it look like they looking out of a costume.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? Their vibe is just totally off. Where if they looking at you like you ever I can't explain it. It's kind of like predator looking at prey.
Yes.
Type of vibe. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's real unnerving, and it makes you feel unnerved when you're around these type of people.
When I was in the club life, when I was in the club, I've experienced that. Matter of fact, in the club, some spiritual stuff used to happen. That's why I knew I had to leave the nightclub.
The energy in there is crazy.
I used to get walkthroughs. Like, you know, you just shiver all of a sudden, like something just passed.
I used to be a club promoter. I'm saying, but let's look at that. Let's look at this industry that's linked. When you go to the liquor store, what's it called? Wines and spirits.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? What kind of spirits? You know what I'm saying? It's called gin and juice. You know what I'm saying? What is a gin?
Exactly.
As an evil spirit. So this is what you're gonna get. You know what I'm saying? When you get you mix a spiritual people in a place and serve them liquor. Like, you know what I'm saying?
And the word bar is Lord, backwards is Rab, Lord.
Right.
It's in Hebrew and of course in English they have the Lord.
Listen what we got going on here, bro. That's just one portent and one portion of a ritual.
Yes.
An unknown ritual that you're going into. They give you the music is one aspect of it. They give you the liquor is another aspect of it. The drugs is another aspect of it. The visuals is another aspect of it. The vibration is an aspect of it. You know what I'm saying? The sex, the sexual tension and the sex energy is another big aspect too. These are all ingredients that you need to make spaghetti. You know what I'm saying? To make a ritual. You know what I'm saying? Make spaghetti, you need certain things to make spaghetti. You can't make spaghetti. You can make everything right with spaghetti and then use linguine noodles and it ain't spaghetti.
Now, you know, hold on, Jamel. Let me tell you something. I was raised in a club since I was a child. My father owned a club. Like the year I was born, he opened up a nightclub. So, but they've taken all of the pure natural elements, like the energies of light, sound, of course, and sight, of course, and also Kundalini energy, and put it into the nightclub and manipulate it to the point that we become.
And then feed it to a people who is totally ignorant of all those concepts.
Right. That's why I used to call discotheque was like disconnecting yourself technically.
You know, it's in order to enact rituals, you need, especially big rituals, you need big groups of energy. That's why, you know what I'm saying, menage a trois and orgies is a part of rituals.
Yes.
That's why they promote that. You know what I'm saying? Because they need that. They need that for the ritual.
Now,
you know what I'm saying?
In this last segment, 33 minutes after the hour, family, we have our brother here, our brother man, a good brother man. I'm telling you.
Peace.
And Jamel Simmons is in the building. He's an author, artist from the Flatliners himself, Def Jam artist back in the day, of course, entrepreneur. And hit him up at PayPal through that email and also supported by Cash App. But most of all, make sure it's pinned to the top of the link of this video. Make sure y'all and it's in the description of this video if you want to support our brother. Make sure y'all get this book, this beautiful comic coloring book, for yourself and your teenagers if they're open to do the intricate coloring. I wanted to go into the music business because you kind of was raised in it since you was young.
Yeah, I would say since early teens, 14, 15.
What did you notice when you went into it and as you grew into it to either have a love or a disdain for it? What did you figure out early that you said you wanted to impart knowledge instead of going down the reckless, crazy road in another way?
Well, again, I was raised in the Ansar Allah community, so that right there was a foundation. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Most black
Right.
people don't even have a foundation really like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That was a foundation to be able to, see through sound, right, reason, and actually look at, we was taught about the occult and all of these different things early on. So when I went into that world, I was already knowledgeable of certain things. You know what I'm saying? Like if you see somebody wearing upside down 5-pointed star, wearing black every day, then it's they're probably Wiccans. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So there was a lot of that going on over there in the offices of Def Jam and early Rush. They even had a heavy metal section. It was run by a dude named Scott Koenig. They had a group called Biohazard. You know what I'm saying? It was a heavy metal section.
Wow.
And then Rick Rubin, he segued after he left Def Jam, he segued, and I believe Slayer was one of his big groups. You know what I'm saying? So he that satanic music was an early influence on Def Jam. You know what I'm saying? So the intonation of the word deaf in that music, Def Jam, is a reason why it's named that.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying?
Like Death Row and all that stuff.
Right. Deaf is in the name. So Def. The
So.
Def Squad. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that when those dudes made those names, they was because it's the Brotherhood of Death that they down with over here. Like, you know what I'm saying? Or what's the music about? Every music is another dude cursing me, telling me you ain't shit. I got more money than you. I'm flexing on you. I'll kill you. I'll take your woman and send her back to you. That's what all of the music is about today. Even the R&B songs, bro.
That's right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So this is deaf music. This is Def Jam.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So early on when I got there, I noticed a lot of those elements present.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of those elements is present because I had the opportunity to not only be amongst the artists and be an artist on Def Jam, but before that, I had the opportunity to be behind the scenes, be with my uncle every day and work in the offices and to understand what was going on there. Like, you know what I'm saying? So with the knowledge, with some of the knowledge that I went in with from previously being with being raised in the Ansar Allah community with the Nation of Gods and Earths, the Nation of Islam and all of that. You know what I'm saying? I took that knowledge and
I got to pick up your bonus dad. He's not your original father, but I got to bring up your bonus.
Yeah, Jabbar.
Yeah, I got to big up the brother Jabbar.
Big up to Jabbar, man. You know what I'm saying? My stepfather Jabbar.
He trained with.
I don't even like to say stepfather. My father Jabbar. Like, you know.
Yeah, that's why I said bonus dad. But it's because he's a bonus, and he trained with Master Duncan. He knows one of my teachers from Anthony Muhammad and all that. GM.
Oh man, he love him some Master Duncan, man.
Yeah, I love my Master Duncan, man, and we love ourselves some Master Duncan.
Right. You know, he was a big influence on, you know what I'm saying, me with the in terms of the Nation of Islam and the Nation of Gods and Earths. You know what I'm saying? He was heavily affiliated with that. Like, you know what I'm saying? He used to study under the firstborn.
Yes. So. Right. So I'm proud of that connection, and also your father who's a fine art himself, Danny.
Right.
Your father who's a fine artist.
Legendary artist.
Yeah. How a visionary artist. And people don't know his legacy even runs deeper in a lot of things throughout Philadelphia, Brooklyn, and all these different types of places.
Right. Yeah. Well, my father basically, he was basically a champion of the arts movement.
Yes.
In Brooklyn, and New York in general, because we within the family was spearheaded by him was 3 art galleries. We had the Corridor Gallery in Brooklyn.
Yes.
Earlier it was 2 art galleries: the Corridor Gallery in Brooklyn, and then Rush Arts in Manhattan. You know what I'm saying? That was for the swankier art shows. The Brooklyn was for the community, the more community work. And then later on, when he moved to Philly, he opened up Rush Arts Philly. So my father, for many years, as well as being an amazing and legendary abstract artist himself, has been a champion of the arts. I mean, he has over 3,000 pieces of African and African American artwork in the crib. Probably got more than that since I last been there. You know what I'm saying?
And that legacy to have on those different levels, man, it's a powerful thing. And what would you want that legacy to be in the next 100 years from your perspective as one of the youths that came out of that?
Well, I think my father's legacy is going to have a lot of longevity to it. You know what I'm saying? I think my father's legacy, even though right now, it's not as prominent or in the forefront as my Uncle Russell and my Uncle Joey's legacy, but I think my father's legacy and his artwork is going to be around for hundreds of years. You know what I'm saying? I think my father is and again, I could probably be biased. He's my father, but just in general, my father is a very great artist, man. One of the greatest Black artists that we have. You know what I'm saying? That I could think of. I can't think of any bigger black artist than him. He could probably think of 3 or 4.
Of course, his contemporaries, and people that came before him, and people, but admiring his work back in the day, because you had to, even in front of people's work like that, just like in front of your work, you had to think, you had to have an imagination, and that is one of the key things. I was listening to Steve Jobs, thanks to Sabir Bey. He was playing one of the Steve Jobs' last interviews, and he spoke about imagination and the importance of that imagination, and why many of us lose our footing because we don't tap into it.
Well, imagination is the first step of creation.
Exactly. So how important from your perspective to produce books like that and music was your imagination, and what allowed you to open up your imagination in such a vast way, not just in the book itself, but also through your artistry and even directing those visuals on your YouTube channel? Please talk about that.
Well, a lot of the visuals and stuff on the YouTube, the earliest stuff, Flatliner stuff, and the earliest stuff was just to introduce people to these concepts. What I'm saying? Introduce people to these concepts. This is the core of my makeup. So this is what I was going to wind up expressing anyway. It was something that I couldn't, suppress if I wanted to. I couldn't go into the record industry and do what everybody else was doing, which was fake gangster stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because all of these guys are saying that they're killers and all that. Most of those guys are not killers and none of that. So I feel like they're doing it. At the time, I felt like they were doing a disservice to Black people by acting like that stuff was real and creating this culture. I wanted to create something that intently I could say, this is a cult. This is occult stuff. This is fantasy, horror stuff. I'm not really a killer. Red Rum is not a killer. Red Rum is like Freddy Krueger. Red Rum is a caricature of these rappers out here who act like they're killers. You know what I'm saying? So that's really what I was trying to do with that. Like introduce these concepts, give you a great horror rap character that you could look at and say that's a character. That's a good character. You know what I'm saying? But he's a character. Not like these days, like a Rick Ross who, and I hate to call him out, but most of these guys, but like a Rick Ross who took a real drug dealer's name and attached it to himself and built up this thing like he was some big drug dealer.
Right.
And he still acts like he's some big drug dealer.
50 Cent took a name from the gangster in Fort Greene. So I grew up in Fort Greene.
Niggas don't reinvent the wheel.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They ain't reinventing the wheel. They just borrowing from it. And that's not to slight them or nothing. That's the path that they chose to take. Just like my uncle's path is the path he chose to take with the issues that he's facing now. You know what I'm saying? Which is similar to the Puffy issues.
That's interesting, because I was about to ask you that. I didn't want to go with that.
No, please. I'm saying. I love to talk about that.
What do you feel about
what you like to know?
What do you feel about what's going on with P. Diddy, what happened with R. Kelly, and what might be?
I feel like that was the core. I feel like them doing those issues and growing accustomed to doing those issues, and then it becoming a business of theirs is, that was the cost of getting in. You know what I'm saying? That was the cost. Now it's time to pay the piper.
Do you think they was controlled by other entities?
I believe that that's the cost of getting in, and if you prove that you could do that and get in and be valuable in that world, to those people right there, you know what I'm saying? Or people who are those people but appear to be regular people, like, you know what I'm saying? They got you doing all of these things that's other than self. You know what I'm saying? And then once you become, the things that he was accused of doing, it was also purportedly what was done to him.
Right.
Or them. Right. You know what I'm saying? So, they was just groomed into that position. You know what I'm saying? And now they're doing a cleanup and a blame game so they can continue doing the same thing with new players and new faces. And quieter, which is why you got these fires going on in California all of a sudden. All these properties is burning down. You know what I'm saying? All of a sudden, mysteriously, all the evidence is being burned down. Right. You know what I'm saying? It just so happened to afflict the celebrities where the celebrities is at, where they said Puffy and them lived at over in that area. That just what so happens to be afflicted by these fires.
And they're finding arsonists.
Right. Who's rolling around in a group of 5 or 6, randomly arsoning out, you know what I'm saying? And condolences to everybody that lost some, because not only the celebrities that have lost. Oh no, definitely not only them. Yeah, but this is in their interest.
Casualties of war. We know it's casualties. Yeah. This is what's happening. It's all casualty, because although it might be attacking the celebrities at this time, Dave Chappelle just did a whole monologue on it. but the poor people or other people. And I said it on my show yesterday. As we're moving in from this 9-year cycle to this 1-year cycle, people don't realize that this is going to deal with also extended levels of health things, because we don't know what they're burning in the sky and what's coming into our lungs as we're smelling this stuff.
Well, again, you're dealing with entities that ain't human, that don't care about humans or what happens to humans. Exactly. They just using you as a battery, as an energy source, like they tell you in the movie The Matrix.
Right, exactly. But Jamel, this has been a very wonderful.
Oh man, it's been excellent to get out and vent and talk about these things with my brother King Simon.
I wait for your book, to tell you the truth. That book gonna be something else.
And this is just the first one. I got a couple more coming out. Well, you talk about the autobiography
or whatever.
Yeah. I'm getting pretty deep into that. You know what I'm saying? Already. You know what I'm saying? It's taking some time to gather everything, and then I'm gathering up all of the video footage and anything that I could find from the Flatliners days, you know what I'm saying, to put inside of this documentary, you know what I'm saying, that I'm doing. I want to do a documentary joint though. And after I realized I wanted to do a documentary, but I realized that in order to do that, I got to do an autobiography first and get all of these thoughts and everything into one place and then organize it and put it into an interesting book form. And then after I do that, then I can concentrate on doing a documentary, because I was really interested in doing that. I actually even started doing that, gathering information and editing and stuff like that. But I realized that I'm gonna have to do the book first. So once doing the book, I realized I got to do other books in order to learn how to effectively produce and market books.
But, and of course, I'm going to come to you about helping me with my coloring book. I'm definitely going to talk to you about.
Oh, absolutely, bro.
I got some stuff in my head. And I got to put out some of my old reggae songs I want to convert to books, because Bob Marley's children did it with his lyrics. I'm doing it with my lyrics.
So call me. I'll put you on. I'll put you on exactly how to do it. It's not as hard as you may think. Another thing I just wanted to impart before I get off is I didn't really get a chance to talk about some of the tools that I use in order to help me create the book. And one of the things I want to talk is very important for us to do is start getting associated and affiliated with how to use AI to help you with your projects. With your projects, you know what I'm saying? Not necessarily use AI to do everything for you, but how to accentuate the projects that you're doing and to churn them out quicker. And then the second thing I made this book using AI. The new book I'm doing, which is an ancient Egyptian coloring book, is I'm using public domain properties for that. You know what I'm saying? So that's another thing I want people should start looking into: public domain properties, public domain images, public domain music, all of these different things that a person can use to enrich themselves and to produce content. Like, did you know that you could take like the Wizard of Oz and just add 10 original pictures to it and put a different cover on it, and you could put out the Wizard of Oz book? You know what I'm saying? Because people would think that Disney owns these properties. Disney does not own Cinderella, The Sleeping Beauty, Pinocchio. All of these are public domain properties that they took those stories and then they made their own stories out of that and put it out and popularized it so much that you think that that is their story.
So you could actually, can you Google up what's the public domain stuff that's available?
Right. You could just Google public domain properties. Like for instance, this year Popeye became a public domain property.
Get the heck out of here!
Yeah, Popeye's public domain as of 2025. And Tintin. I don't know if people remember Tintin, but Tintin is public domain. Popeye is public domain. Somebody could use Popeye. But here's the kick though. The version that was made that year. In a couple of more years, whenever the newest version is, that's when, you know what I'm saying, maybe it'll be a couple of more years before the latest version of Popeye. But the very first version of Popeye, that because what it is it's the life of the creator plus 75 years. And then after that, it becomes a public domain property. So every year, different music, different images, different books become public domain properties. Like Frankenstein.
Could I remix Popeye for it to be a universal sailor instead of just a regular sailor?
You could remix Popeye any which way you want, just like they remix Aladdin any which way they want it.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Wow. Like I said, all it takes for you to remix it, you ain't even got to remix it. You could take, let's just use Cinderella or the Sleeping Beauty. You could take that book, that original book, and make changes to it, if you want like written changes to it, text changes, and change the story and do whatever you want with that property and those characters, or you could take that exact book and just add 10 new images to it that you created or have somebody create for you, 10 new images and a new cover on it, and you can sell that book as your own. I could take Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, add 10 images to it, and add a new cover on it, and then put it out as my book.
Wow. Yeah, and now, do you do consultation? I'll tell people to email you for consultation if that's if you want to.
I mean, that's something I could get into. To be honest with you, this is my first experience really to understand for the next time I do an interview what I'm gonna need to come prepared with.
Yeah,
in terms, but yeah, you can.
I think you should. I think people should, because I remember the first time we actually met. Although I knew of your family, we actually met at Nicholas Brooklyn when you spoke at that panel.
Oh, okay.
Right, that panel on the industry back in the day with Pharonics Corp was there.
I remember that. I remember that.
First time we actually met like that,
Interesting, because that's the first time that I actually spoke out of the character of Red Rum.
I actually met you before I met your sister, actually. That's interesting. I met you before I met your sister. That is interesting. So,
she just went and got deep into the community.
Yeah. She went and did
I was always deep behind the scenes in the community. I've always followed everybody in the community, over these years.
But let me tell y'all, family, this family is one group of people that take care of me when I come there, and his mother cooks for me. Matter of fact, one time I celebrated my birthday, she made a whole cake for me. So I never forget that.
Brother, man.
Never, I'm family.
You're part of the family, bro. Absolutely, bro. 100%.
Love y'all, man. And I want to thank you, Jamel, for coming on. I'm gonna give you a well.
It's my pleasure, man. I appreciate it. Thank you, man.
We gotta do it again. Any more?
Yeah, absolutely. You know what I'm saying? Once in the next, probably within the next month or so, the next coloring book is coming out. So we'll have another interview about the next book.
Yeah, let me know whatever you want to promote, man. It's easy peasy, man.
And also hit me up, man, so I could give you some point. I could show you how to make your own.
Yeah, I might be out there for my birthday. I'm just trying to make a decide. February 1st is my birthday. I might be out there just to get my feet in the sand. We can talk. I'll let you know if I'm gonna come out there. All right.
All right, excellent, man. I love you, man.
Love you, man. Beloved, thank you very much.
Peace to the listeners, man. I love y'all too, man. I love my family. Shout out to my pops, my moms, my other pops, my other moms. You know what I'm saying? Joan, love you. Shout out to my brothers and sisters, all my brothers and sisters. Shout out to my Flatliner brothers, Digger, you know what I'm saying? TD, Buddha, everybody. I love all y'all. All right. I'm sorry if I missed anybody.
No problem, man. Thank you very much, beloved, man.
Peace. Love you.
Peace. That's our brother, man. That's our brother Jamel, man. Love and honor to him. Make sure you get his book. Book is a fantastic coloring book, man. And you knowing how to use and manipulate different things like AI and technology is so important, man, because in the nation they used to tell us, man, the field is wide open. There's a big field for the wide awake black man and woman, or man and woman to work out, and you got to be able to step it up to the modern day and time. You got to be able to do that. That's a lesson that even Honorable Elijah Muhammad taught us. Even in the Ansars, we was taught to study and be critical thinkers of what we do. And please go and support him via Cash App, support him by his PayPal, and you can email him for some consultation. I'm sure he'll be reasonable and work out with you if you want to produce your book. Like Billy Carson says, everybody should write a book, whether it's a coloring book or a poetry book or something that you could leave a legacy for your family. Go ahead and do what you got to do to make it happen. Family, you can do it. You can do it if you know that you can. There's nothing to it. Just go ahead and do your thing. Do your thing, man. Do your thing. Family, just want to remind, later on at 2 o'clock in another couple of hours, we'll be interviewing this beautiful sister. She'll be on with me, Cheyenne Black, speaking from the heart. Powerful sister, powerful energy. She's from out of IT, so make sure you show her some love when she comes. I might tell her to bring her little instrument out there and start doing what she got to do to make it happen. And don't forget, on Wednesday, I got this beautiful sister, hypnotherapist Kendall Cobbs, will be with us. How hypnotherapy rewires the mind. And if you want to find out more about that, make sure you go to hypnosiswithkendallcobb.com or hit her up at that 1-800 number right there. 25th, this beautiful sister is coming to town to the new Black Wall Street with her book signing from 2 to 7 p.m. Her name is Paris Williams. Make sure you hit her up at pwcollections.com to find out further information, or go to her Instagram or her YouTube channel, Saturn's Daughter 47. And on the 26th, we have Professor James Smalls and Professor Griff will be in the building, professing the knowledge that they got. I'm going to be hosting this right here on YouTube at King Simon Presents. Make sure y'all come on out and enjoy the conversation that we're going to share, the Melanated Our Story conversation. And on February the 2nd, we setting it off with this beautiful sister right here, Adara Moselle, award-winning master tantric shaman, celebrity energy coach, and healer. She'll be here cleaning energy, clearing negative energy. February 2nd. And then Wayne Lightworker, certified peer specialist and mental health clinician, will be in the building on Wednesday, February the 5th. Seriousness of mental health. We're going to be talking about that. And then we all headed over to the new Black Wall Street on February the 8th. All of those people I just mentioned going to be there with us over there at the new Black Wall Street. Going to be a whole host of people. I'm one of the MCs. I'm one of the security guys. I'm one of the vendors. I'm just one of everybody to help out Brother Rich to make sure this is a successful event. And don't forget, Roz Kofi is coming in on February the 9th. Roz Kofi will be with us at 6 p.m. February. How to Cultivate to Live. And then on the 12th, on that Wednesday, we have our beautiful sister, Abundance Child, and our handsome husband, John Carr, will be in the building, keeping family business alive. The Drop Squad Kitchen legacy is going. And that's the calendar. And then on the 16th, we have the one, the only Dr. Philip Valentine, and the one, the only Brother Sabir Bey will be in the building at 7 p.m. It's going to be large and in charge. Y'all don't want to miss none of that. That's going to be all that. You see that lineup? I'm not playing with none of y'all. Big up to Color Curiosity that was in the thing. So make sure y'all support her in the chat, doing what she loves to do. Big up to the one, the only Dr. Shakira Moore. Make sure you get her book. Her book is called The Iris Paper. You can go to the website or go to her link tree and find out more. It's going to be a pure pre-order. It's going to start happening on the 15th of February. Big up to Adara Moselle. Get her book, Adara Moselle also. But make sure you go to her website, adaramoselle.com. That's adaramoselle.com. Swipe the QR code so you find out further information. If you're into reggae, this is the Reggae Awards that's happening March the 30th. The World Beat and Reggae Award is happening March the 30th in Coral Springs. More than likely, I will be there. If you want your taxes done, hit up DTR Taxes and tell them that I sent you so we can help you out in any way. And my son doing his car detailing and all that stuff, dumpster wash and pressure wash, hit him up right here in Atlanta, Georgia, and the surrounding areas. The number right there at the bottom, starting price is at $33. Starting price is only $33. That's good. And then my other son got a great recording studio. Hit him up at Green Studio NYC. That's Green Studio NYC, or hit him up at the number right there. If you do want to book a session with me, text me your full name, date of birth, and an email. And then I will send you the details via email and we can make it happen. I got 13 or 12 slots left. 12 to 13 slots left. Get all my books on Amazon. If you can't donate to the channel or donate, get the book. Get the book. That's a form of donation. And remember, donation, circulation. You got to remember, currency is always coming back to you 1,000 or 1,000,000,000,000 folds. All right. Get my new book is about to come out. My other new book is about to come out, and the autobiography is going to be on and popping. All right. When the late bell ring in 2026. Remember what Dr. B says, I forgive myself, my family, and others for imperfection, and I am thankful for my life. And remember what Dr. Blair used to say, please, universal creator, know in my heart that I love you. Please protect me and this planet on which I live now. Please open my mind, my spirit, and my soul to receive only truth in your love now. Thank you very much. Once again, I want to thank Brother Jamel for coming through. Jamel Simmons, the son of Danny Simmons and Jabbar, and of course, the nephew of Run and Russell Simmons. Man, we had a good old time with him. Give him a round of applause. Love what he's saying. Email for consultation to write your book or get some information about the music business if you plan on entering this. Remember the link to the book, the coloring book, is pinned to the top of the chat. Make sure y'all support him. And you can go to his YouTube page also. Support him on his YouTube page also, okay? Yes. Family, have a great day, afternoon, or evening. Be safe, be great. And remember, I'll be back at 2 o'clock. I love you because I love me. Stay strong. I'll talk to y'all next time. Peace.
Numerovation with King Simon. Text me now at 347-496-1022. You could also take my course if you want to, but do text me for your sessions at 347-496-1022. You could also get my books on Amazon at Linktree/King Simon the Numero Beta. Remember, you can book your session and get it done right now. 347-496-1022. That's 347-496-1022. King Simon the Numero Beta.
Get ready. The 42nd International Reggae and World Music Awards Show is coming to the Coral Springs Center for the Arts, Fort Lauderdale on Sunday, March 20, 2025. Celebrate the biggest names in reggae and world music as we bring nations together through music and culture. Early bird tickets are on sale now. Don't miss out. Grab yours today at thecentercs.com or irama.com and book your stay for an unforgettable weekend. Hurry, prices go up after Thanksgiving. Follow us on social media and visit our website, www.irawma.com for more details. The 42nd Irama Show, where the world comes to celebrate music.
So remember, our job as studiers of these metaphysical, esoteric knowledge is to help enhance people to be better. I, as a numerator, using the numbers, or quote-unquote numerals, and motivation to get people to understand why they need to activate their numbers to be their very best self and maximize it. Because the numerals hold a frequency, and if you're willing to turn up that frequency, then that frequency can help to guide you and navigate you to a higher height that will allow you to spiral to be your best self. We must remember that.